There once was a wandering old beggar who went around town to town but never had a home. He was looking for a place to stay one night when he came upon an inn. When he knocked on the door, he found an old woman answering it. The old woman was not very kind. She did not like any beggars to come and stay at her nice fine inn. But the beggar had insisted he really needed a place to stay just for one night. The woman closed the door on him, but he was persistent. He knocked on the door again. The woman asked him once again, "What do you want?" He said this time that he'd actually like to make her a soup that he learned when he was younger. And so the woman said, "Fine, if you can prove to me a delicious soup, I will let you stay here the night." So she let him inside. "Get me a big pot," he asked for. So she gave him a big, huge metal pot to make the soup. "What kind of soup are you going to make?" asked the woman. "Well, you shall see," said the beggar. Out from his pocket he pulled out a rusty old nail and dropped it in the pot, and put some water and let it boil. The old woman looked disgusted. What kind of soup could that be, she wondered. The old man said it was a special soup called nail soup, and it's quite delicious, he said. But to make it even more delicious, we could use some special seasonings. The old woman seemed hesitant, but she still was listening. "Well, I must try this delicious soup. What else could we use?" "Well," said the old beggar, "it's quite delicious, but every soup would go well with garlic and carrots." "Do you have any of those?" "Not to be too impolite," said the beggar. The old woman thought for a second, and she decided to go down to the cellar and get the carrots and garlic. She brought them up, and they put them in the soup. "Oh, now this soup shall be wonderful," said the beggar. "It's sure to be delicious." "I can't wait to try it," said the old woman. "Ah," said the beggar, "even though this soup is near perfect, it may need one more thing." "What?" asked the old woman. "Well, I don't know about you, but when I've been to other inns, I've had some soup with some chicken." "But isn't this your soup?" asked the old woman. "Well, yes, but we could always use something else." So the old woman went down to her cellar and brought up little pieces of chicken for the soup. There they watched it boil, and it smelled so delicious. Said the old beggar, "this is starting to smell like a real nail soup." "But," said the beggar again, "we still need one more thing." "What?" said the old woman. "Well," the beggar said, "if you don't mind hearing me out, we could use spinach, and we could use some noodles, and maybe some onions too." The old woman couldn't wait any longer. She really wanted to try some soup. "Fine, whatever you need, I'll get it," she said. So she went down to the cellar and brought everything up. She poured in the garlic and the noodles, and oh man, it was smelling delicious. "Now," said the beggar, "now nail soup is ready. Are you ready to try my recipe?" The old woman looked like she couldn't wait any longer. So he poured both of them 2 big bowls of nail soup. When the woman tried it, she was so delighted. "Wow, this is delicious." The beggar smiled. "Ah, yes," said the old woman. "You have made the soup that you promised. You are not the liar I thought you were. You may stay the night." And the woman was so delighted to have nail soup that night that she made it a popular meal for the next 50 years that she ran her inn. She thanked the beggar the next day that he left, gave him $1, and said, "I hope to see you again."